That's right, it's St. Patrick's Day. I don't have a St. Patrick's Day themed music bed to talk over. I'm not going to try and attempt a over-the-top Irish accent. That would just be offensive. I think Star from down the hall could do a pretty proper Irish accent. Maybe if she wants to. She can come over here and just yell, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, it doesn't really matter anyway. It's March 17th, 2026. I am Peaches. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I'm a guy who doesn't drink at all, so maybe I'm biased, but I've always thought St. Patrick's Day is kind of like a dumb holiday. You know, when you were a kid in elementary school, you would come back from recess, you would see the whole classroom was just trashed by the naughty leprechaun, but he left all over the classroom those chocolate gold coins. We did something similar at my parents' place. Obviously, when I have kids, if I get so lucky to do so, I'll be doing the same thing for them. I mean, the leprechaun will be doing the same thing for them. But everybody throws on green for St. Patrick's Day. You get pinched by that one weird coworker. You know, that's the rule for some reason. There's always that one weird guy in the office going, I need to pinch you. You're wearing black. You forgot to put on your best green shirt. Suddenly, every dude in his 30s and up is reliving the frat days, pounding green beer all afternoon. Meanwhile, for everyone else, it's, Guinness, Irish whiskey, Irish coffee, corned beef and cabbage. We're having that tonight. Of course, my girlfriend Aubrey, she decided to get corned beef at Albertsons not that long ago, so I guess we're having that. Maybe even a nice shamrock shake, even though I need to be on a diet. I'm still seeing the scale in my head, the number on the scale in my head from when I got weighed at the doctor this past week. Oh, man. I need to never touch a shake ever again. St. Patrick's Day, though, is one of the deadliest days on the road. Jokes aside, because of drunk driving, hundreds of lives have been lost over recent years during the holiday period. So if you're going out, plan ahead, get a sober ride. Don't be that person making a really bad decision, because nothing ruins your St. Patrick's Day faster than celebrating like it's college and waking up to consequences, because it's real life. Again, this is Peach's Pit Party. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. We'll talk some more about other random crap coming up here in just a few on K-Bear 101. All right, you know what? We'll turn into one of those radio shows, talk about something relationship related. Men of Reddit. What's some women's or girls, or should I say women's or girls' habits you discovered only after getting a wife or girlfriend? Some of the responses: the detailed character development of every person ever mentioned in a conversation. I know next to nothing about my coworkers, but hers, OMG. Yeah, Aubrey will tell me the hot gossip every once in a while, and I'm like, dude, I just don't care. I don't know these people. I don't know Deborah from accounting. I don't need to know what, her daughter got pregnant and now she's mad for some reason. I just don't. Do I care? No, obviously not. Do I have to because I'm in a relationship with her? Yes. If they ask if you want something, they want that. I knew that from the start, okay? If Aubrey asks me, hey, you want to go to the such and such restaurant? Yeah, let's go there. Because she wanted to go there. Duh. What's some women or girls' habits you discovered only after getting a wife or girlfriend? When a woman is complimented on some part of her outfit, she will instinctively respond with, thanks, I got it from insert shop/brand here. I do quite the opposite. If somebody compliments whatever I'm wearing, I go, thanks, I got it on clearance. It's $9 for this cheap sweater that my girlfriend saw for me in the big and tall section. Let's move on from this. Let's play some Nothing More. Their cover of Wearing This Together. It's K-Bear 101. I guarantee you there are at least a few hundred radio shows across the country today where some old dude leaned into the mic and went, do you know how St. Patrick's Day got its name? It's like that kid from the Polar Express. You know what kind of train this is? Of course, he knows the answer because he's that socially awkward guy that just collects random facts nobody asked for. Like, if you have a bar trivia night, you want to bring that guy. It's the encyclopedia of random useless knowledge, St. Patrick's Day by the numbers, because Every radio station in America got the same email this morning, the radio prep, and said, yep, this is compelling content. Let's talk about the holiday because we got to be topical. 174% more beer is sold. Wow, really? More beer on a drinking holiday? Stunning research. Am I right? 80% of people wear green. Yeah, it's literally the one rule of the day. Congrats. We solved the mystery. I wore my green shirt. I wear it often. This Shaquille O'Neal line t-shirt. It's a nice t-shirt. It's quality. I wear it from time to time. I just figured today, again, going back to that whole I don't want to be pinched by my weird coworker thing, I decided to go along and wear green. People spend $4.4 billion on St. Patrick's Day. I think that's worldwide, right? I need to go back to that chart here. Just says Americans spend $4.4 billion celebrating St. Patrick's Day. The average person will spend about $35. Yay! What are you spending it on? Corned beef and cabbage? That's what you do, right? Maybe all of it on overpriced beer when you hit the bar later? The average person has 4.2 drinks. Who's having that 0.2? Who's out here taking a polite sip like, all right, I've done my part. It's like that one guy that we used to have in the office that would eat like a third of the donut. If we had a box of donuts sitting on the counter in the break room, there'd be that one guy across the hall that would go to the donut box and be like, I want to be, what's it called? I want to be good, but I also want to have a nice treat. Let me just eat a third of this donut and then put the rest of the donut back in the box, because somebody's going to open that box and see 2/3 of a donut and go, oh, yeah, yay, okay, that's exactly what I needed right now, 2/3 of a donut. My favorite here for St. Patrick's Day by the numbers, it takes 40 pounds of dye to turn the Chicago River green. Some guy really woke up and said, you know what this river needs? A Baja Blast color. Those poor fish. K-Bear 101, it's Peach's Pip Party. Today is that day. Forget St. Patrick's Day. Let's talk more about NCAA March Madness. It has returned. One of my favorite times of the year. I completed my bracket this morning. I've been second-guessing myself all day long, wondering if I made the right decision. There's going to be upsets. Obviously, nobody is ever going to have the perfect bracket. Hence why Warren Buffett every single year offers $1 billion to somebody who will, because, well, it never happens. But I filled it. I lost last year's competition. Our big boss man, Kevin, he won the entire thing. Then he was so nice that he won the prize money from last year's March Madness in-office tournament. And then I think he used that money to buy pizza for all of us, which was, again, really generous. But I filled out my bracket. I ended up having Duke winning the entire thing. I saw the Idaho Vandals made the tournament, and I think they're like the number 15 seed going against a number 2 or 3 seed. I mean, if they win, yay. My bracket would be busted, but I have a good feeling the other team's going to win. But who knows? Maybe all of a sudden they just pull it all together, win the entire thing, ruin everybody's bracket. Wouldn't that be awesome? To be on a team like that? Well, no, actually, I think it would be rather bad because people get so intense when it comes to sports, especially when money is on the line, that I'm sure a lot of these players receive very hateful DMs after, like, they sucked in a game. Their best player scores 4 points. They're mad at themselves. They go to their phone after the game's over. They look at their Instagram DMs. There's people sending them horrible things I can't even repeat on the air, but man, they're just college students. They're college athletes. They're wanting to make it to the NBA. March Madness, again, one of the most fun times of the year to watch, but if you're a player, there's immense pressure. We'll talk some more about NCAA March Madness and the Shot Clock Sports Update coming up soon, close to the top of the 3 p.m. hour. Right now, it's Papa Roach with their latest track, Wake Up Calling. All right, now let's talk about some NCAA March Madness some more. It starts today with the first 2 play-in games. UMBC tipped off against Howard at 3:40 p.m. Eastern Time, 1:40 p.m. our time, followed by Texas versus North Carolina State. There are 2 more play-in games tomorrow. Prairie View A&M versus is it Lehigh, and Miami (Ohio) versus SMU. And then we get an avalanche of games with a field of 64 teams starting Thursday morning. Rest up now. It's going to be a long week. People are going to be secretly watching these games at work all day long. March Madness has many sports fans amped up across the country. Some part of the country love college basketball more than others. Over the 2025-2026 regular season, here are the cities. Well, we'll talk about the top three that watched the most college basketball. Louisville, Indianapolis, Hartford/New Haven. There you go. A fun fact for you, just like how I did those stupid fun facts about St. Patrick's Day. There you go. Now let's talk about pro football. Troy Aikman believes that today's NFL players might be getting hurt during the season because they don't take enough punishment during training camp. During a recent interview, Aikman explained, I think they only wear pads 1 day a week or 1 day at a time. 1 time a day, 1 day at a time. Are you kidding me? 1 time a day, and they have a walkthrough. And then after, I don't know how it all reads, but it's pretty player-friendly and favorable, and that's why I think that we see so many injuries, especially early in the year. A lot of soft tissue injuries, a lot of muscle pulls and things of that nature is the players. They're just not able to train the way we once did. They're not able to callous their bodies as easily. Again, one of those older players saying the league is soft. That's all that pretty much is these days. Track and field. It's not often that a college track signing will bring out comments from LeBron James and rappers like Nelly, but Tennessee's signing Hendrick Hart, the son of Kendrick Hart, put a bigger spotlight on the Volunteers track team that is bigger than it's ever been. Coach Dwayne Ross said he didn't recruit Hendricks because of Kevin. He says, what did it for me was this is just a good young man. He shook my hand and he told me how good he wanted to be, how he was ready to work. The first thing I told him was, hey, you come here, you're going to have to earn it. And he said, Coach, I want to earn it. Wow, okay. Well, no, actually, he most definitely signed Hendricks Hart to be on that team because of the spotlight being brought to the school, more money for the track and field program. I mean, LeBron James, Kevin Hart, and Nelly, obviously, they're going to provide some type of money to that program for better shoes for the whole team, things like that. Anyway, that does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Sleep Theory, it's Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. I got some good news, and I got some bad news. The good news is that I'll be headed to Slaughter to Prevail, Whitechapel, and Attila live at the Revolution Concert House over in Boise, Saturday, March 28th. Hopefully, I'll run into a bunch of listeners there. I know Slaughter to Prevail is hitting up Salt Lake City the night before, and that should make for an awesome weekend, really, for Slaughter to Prevail, Whitechapel, and Attila on Friday, and then Saturday, you stay in Salt Lake City for Lamb of God, Kublai Khan, Fit for an Autopsy, and Sangui Sugabog. But I'm just going to go to the Boise show because it's on a Saturday. I didn't want to take any PTO off. I wanted to save my PTO for the next time I want to fly back home. The bad news of this whole thing is that I requested for an interview with the Alex Terrible, the Russian himself. Unfortunately, I got the email here saying it's a no-go on the interview because Alex is training twice a day, every day ahead of Blood for Blood. He wants to keep interviews to an absolute minimum. So he says, well, they say we'll pass on this one, which I think is rather just fine because obviously I'm not going to speak up and be like, why won't he get an interview by me? Try to start a fight with Alex Terrible. We had this whole joke going because I think Justin from 105 The Hawk said a country artist got hit in the face by somebody's cell phone. And I've never been to any concert where I've said, you know what, I'm enjoying this concert so much, I just want to throw my cell phone at the artist. Try to see if they'll politely take a selfie on my phone and then toss it back into the crowd. Obviously, they're not going to do that. It's going to hurt them. They're most likely going to stop the show and you ruined it for everybody. But Jade was making this joke in that meeting that I should throw my shoe on stage because it's such a big shoe. Imagine a giant clown shoe being thrown at Alex Terrible, who jumps into the crowd, beats me up. We go viral for all the wrong reasons. Well, for Jade, it would be the right reason, but I don't want to get beat up. And then all of a sudden, national news, it pops up. Metal deathcore vocalist beats up East Idaho radio DJ. Oh, man. Let's play some Slaughter to Prevail right now. Let's do some Russian Grizzly in America. Avatar on Peach's Pit Party. This is pretty groundbreaking stuff right here. Breaking news, I should say. A March 2026 Reuters investigation, whatever a Reuters investigation is, it strongly suggests that the elusive street artist by the name of Banksy, you know him, right? Famous anonymous artist, or used to be anonymous artist, because now it says his name is Robin Gunningham, a 51-year-old from Bristol, UK. The investigation revealed a 2000 New York police report containing a signed confession linking the artist to a now often linked to 2008 theory that Gunningham is the artist behind the pseudonym, and reports suggest he later changed his legal name to David Jones. This guy probably stressed out every single day trying to hide his identity, hide from cameras, hide from police, hide from everybody, hide from the public eye, just to now get caught by a 2000 police report, a 26-year-old police report. Isn't that nuts? Yeah, at one point he changed his name to David Jones in 2008, a common pseudonym allowing him to hide in plain sight and travel to sites like Ukraine. Now, Banksy's lawyers have not formally confirmed or denied the identification, but warned the publishing that this information could violate the artist's privacy, interfere with his art, put him in danger. That's pretty wild, isn't it? That's even more elusive than the guys in Sleep Token. Like, everyone knows who the guys in Sleep Token are. But nobody, I mean, there were still theories online, but it's still not yet confirmed who Banksy really is. But this could be the most likely answer. All right, so I've talked about it on the show plenty of times, how ever since I got diagnosed with that whole AFib thing, any little wrong thing with my body, I immediately freak out. I start Google searching my symptoms, and the next thing you know, I'm thinking I have like deep vein thrombosis or whatever it's called. Thrombosis. I freak out. I think I have to go to the ER, something like that, you know? I'm just like this guy. My biggest fear, actually, is experiencing something like what this guy had to go through. A guy in the UK woke up one morning just completely blue, like Paul Giamatti's character from Big Fat Liar. Completely blue. So naturally, his friend freaks out, rushes him to the hospital thinking this dude is about to die from oxygen deprivation. They put him on oxygen. Doctors are surrounding him. Whole thing turns into a full medical emergency. And then a doctor goes, hey, you know what? Maybe I should try this. And he wipes his arm with an alcohol pad, and the blue comes right off. Yeah, it turns out this man was not dying. He just didn't wash his new bed sheets, slept in brand new navy blue sheets for 2 nights, and they basically just dyed his entire body. Imagine walking into the ER like, I've woken up blue, I need to see a doctor. And the doctors are like, sir, you're not dying, you're just laundry. He said he was completely mortified. Took him about a week and multiple baths to get the color off. So let this be your lesson. You know, wash your sheets. Wasn't there something a long time ago about how navy blue sheets were a giant red flag? Was this the whole reason why? Because they could just turn your body blue? And I guess I'll learn to avoid the navy blue bed sheets, because I'll most likely forget about this story and then sleep on navy blue bed sheets. All of a sudden, I wake up blue. I call my girlfriend screaming. I drive myself to the hospital in a panic, and I just basically repeat this story. So Amazon just rolled out this new sassy mode for Alexa, which means your smart speaker. Did I say your smart speaker? Yeah, your smart speaker. No, your smart speaker can talk back to you. Be sarcastic, even throw in some censored swearing. I mean, we can do the same thing right here on K-Bear. All you have to do is just call into the show at 208-535-1015. Yeah, that's what everybody wanted, you know. Parents want that, obviously, because their kids already talk back to them. Why not have their Amazon Alexa do the exact same thing? Even your appliances are judging you now. But if you're going to have something talking back to you, if you're going to make your Amazon Alexa talk back to you, at least make sure it's us. You know, you can stream K-Bear 101 on your Amazon Alexa. You can also do the same on your Google Home device. You can also just download the K-Bear 101 app. You can also simply stream us at kbear.fm. There are so many ways to listen, all right? Definitely never miss out on a giveaway, because we might be launching a ticket giveaway this upcoming Friday. Just letting you know that right now. Here's Sleep Token, Caramel on Peach's Pit Party. I wish we were friends with the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group admins, because I would love to know how many times this question has been asked. What was that big boom? Anybody else hear that? I saw this post from a couple hours ago from Cleveland News. This massive boom was heard all over Northeast Ohio, as far away as New York. And I'm looking at the video here, and it looks like some sort of like a meteor comes crashing down. I don't think anybody really knows what it is. It's just something flying down. That's it. It could be aliens. Who knows? Could be Iron Man. Yeah, there's somebody in the comments I'm looking at right here. Ever seen A Quiet Place? Here's somebody with a more realistic answer. I wonder if it's part of the space station they said was supposed to fall 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, most likely it's that. If I was in that area, I would immediately rush to try to find exactly what it is. Make it like some fun treasure hunt. In a way, I could relate to Punch the Monkey, because there was this whole viral campaign for him to find one pal. And that's what happened with Peaches Needs a Pal. You know, I attended the Tom Segura show by myself, and Josh and Chantel from Classy 97, they were across the entire venue, the entire Mountain America Center, and Josh sees me with his keen eye and then records me just sitting all by myself at the venue. So I turned that into a meme. I posted it. It got like a few 100,000 views, which is crazy. You know, even the Mountain America Center commented saying they felt sorry for me, that type of thing. Not nearly as viral as Punch the Monkey, all right? But still, a very similar situation, and also very similar to my story. You know, I ended up finding a pal. Her name's Aubrey. She's the best person ever. Punch the Monkey has already found love, and now he's living his best life. I see the plush animal that he was carrying around for a short while, that plush toy for comfort, when he was rejected by his mother. Luckily, my mom loves me, even though she should have rejected me years ago. Well, Punch is now spending time with another baby monkey. Oh, wait a minute here. Now, new videos show Punch spending time with another baby monkey named Mo. The two are seen sitting close together, playing, grooming each other, and even sharing moments that fans are calling a kiss. Goes on to say this is a big change for Punch, who was earlier struggling to fit in with other monkeys. While he still keeps his plush toy, he now has a friend who enjoys being with him. Fans around the world are happy to see Punch finally finding love and living a better, happier life. See, there's somebody out there for everybody, all right? If you're single, there's somebody eventually coming, right? If Punch the Monkey and Peaches can find love, so can you. Sleep theory words are worthless on Peach's Pit Party. Now we have today's What the Headline. A Florida man once again. He's headed back to court after what can only be described as karaoke rage. His name's Aaron Jablonski, was at a sports bar, went up to do karaoke, and when he found out the machine wasn't working, well, he just completely lost it. I mean, lost his complete mind. Like, not boo, the DJ lost it. No, I mean, pulled out a gun, pointed it at someone trying to calm him down, and fired a shot. Missed the guy, thankfully, but yeah, all because karaoke night got shut down. First of all, imagine being that committed to karaoke. Like, if your emotional stability depends on singing in front of strangers who aren't listening, we've got bigger issues, right? And second, what song was that important? Because I really want to know, what was worth catching a felony over? Mr. Brightside, Don't Stop Believin'? Was he about to absolutely butcher Bohemian Rhapsody for 6 straight minutes? Was there a girl there that he wanted to impress, and he's like, you know what, put on Pantera, I can do my best Phil impression, maybe Cemetery Gates. Well, now he's pleaded guilty, facing sentencing in a couple of weeks, and honestly, at this point, the only song he's performing next, here's a cheesy radio joke for you, Jailhouse Rock, get it? Peach's Pit Party with Disturbed on K-Bear 101. If you're looking for a new job or maybe just something better, this is definitely worth checking out. You got to visit the newly redesigned HireEastIdaho.com to find local jobs from local companies right here in our area. This week's Hire East Idaho Job of the Week is a production worker position with Rio Products International in Idaho Falls, a brand that's known as a leader in the fly fishing industry. They're looking for a detail-oriented team member with patience, a steady hand, strong focus as well. You'll be helping create high-quality fly lines from raw materials all the way to the finished product, making sure everything meets their standards before it heads out to anglers around the world. No previous experience is required, which is honestly the best part, in my opinion. Either just a keen eye for detail, and if you enjoy the outdoors, this could be a great fit. There are 2 shift options available, Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at $13.25 an hour, or Monday through Thursday, noon to 10:30 p.m. at $13.25 plus a 75-cent shift differential, bringing that to $14 an hour. Rio products also offer a strong benefits package, including medical, dental, vision, 401k, life insurance, a health savings account, which is great, paid time off, employee discounts. To apply, you got to visit farbank.com/careers. And for even more local opportunities, check out hireeastidaho.com. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity, always free for job seekers with new jobs added all the time. Let's do some Bill Murray right now, twice. All right, you know what? Maybe I should ask this question for tomorrow's To Peach Their Own. What's something most people don't realize is actually very rude? The top comment says, borrowing something for so much longer than agreed to that the owner has to hound you for the item to be returned. There was a time where I just got somebody's Tupperware, and sure enough, I didn't hear about it. Or I heard about it every single day, every single time for the next, 2 weeks before I'm like, okay, dude, shut up. Here's your Tupperware. I ended up just, dropping it off at his house right after work. It works. That whole annoyance tactic definitely works, as I talked about on the show previously. Boarding an elevator before people trying to get off have done so. Oh, that makes sense. I just read it completely weird. Boarding an elevator before people trying to get off have done so. You just wait right there at the door. Right as it opens up, you rush in there. Just get right in there. Who cares if people are trying to exit? Just rush in there and throw them to the side. Oh, this one drives me nuts. I'm so glad the cart narcs exist, all right? Leaving your shopping cart in the middle of the aisle, blocking everyone else while you stand blocking the aisle and have literally no situational awareness of the people around you. There's been a few times as of late that Aubrey and I have gone to the Walmart clearance aisle. And sure enough, there's 3 different people taking up 3 different scooters. Not the what are they called again? The carts. No, the scooters, the ride scooters that you only ride if you're handicapped, something like that. Some people just say, hey, you know what? I want to ride one of those around the store just because I don't feel like walking. And you see them just block the entire clearance aisle, and it's super annoying. I thought this person was also going to say something about shopping carts just in the middle of the parking lot, which is one of my big pet peeves. Do not ever leave your cart in the middle of the parking lot. The cart narcs will come after you. It's one of the most brilliant ideas ever. Some producer of a radio show named Seabass for The Woody Show started cart narcs years ago. I remember when they first did their very first video and they talked about it on air, and it became a whole viral thing since then. It's one of the funniest things because so many people get so upset at him annoying them for not putting their carts back. It's just put your cart back. You're spending so much extra time just screaming at him, looking like an idiot on the internet. You look like a Karen in a video rather than just putting your cart back. There's this big tough guys that when he throws a magnet on their car, he goes, don't you dare touch my truck. Don't you dare touch my property. It's dude, just put your cart back. It's more manly. Just put your cart back. That's it. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.